Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 4. So they are still in Lake Tahoe. Everything is so gorgeous there, and I am still thinking that I definitely need a vacation to Lake Tahoe. Lisa goes in to check on Sutton the next day. She just wants to see how she's doing, what's going on with her. She also realizes that it has to be something happening with her for her to behave as oddly as she has been throughout this vacation. Sutton has brought this trip down to real middle school level, and she just wants to know what is going on with this lady. When she gets into Sutton's room, she has one of those face rolling mechanisms that you always see the ads for when you're scrolling through Instagram. I don't know, and maybe I need to get one, but she's referring to it as her support system. So whenever she feels like crying, she's going to roll this thing across her face. And she says she's going to take it with her all day. And the first thing I thought was, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, really? Do I need one of them face rollers? Maybe under the eye a little. Anyway, this is not about me.
I'm telling her that if she needs to cry, cry.
She has been.
Yeah.
But you told me I was too sensitive and that I looked crazy.
You were being irrational. That's the truth.
I was ridiculous, crazy, paranoid, and irrational and too sensitive. I've got it.
I need her to see somebody. You know, a licensed therapist. Because she's really overly dramatic. She's paranoid. She is just killing me slowly. I said, Sutton, stop it. Last season, I was Team Sutton all day long. Team Sutton all day long. I don't want anybody hurting this woman. But it seems to me that any little thing you do or say hurts her. And I just wouldn't be bothered. Crystal and Garcelle step away from that beautiful mansion and they go out for coffee. So Crystal explains to Garcelle about her conversation with Sutton and how everything started to fall apart with the two of them.
Yeah, I think she thought it came at her, and then it sort of spiraled into we're all the same, we're all equal.
We're all
and I
equal.
said we're not.
No.
Well, you know, Crystal does say that she doesn't need an apology. However, Garcelle tells her that at some point this is going to come to a head, and hopefully when they get on the boat later today, because they're going to be going out on a boat trip, that maybe everyone will be calm, everyone will be rational, and Crystal will be able to actually see Sutton in a different light. But she also tells Crystal to just continue to be herself. And I hope she does, because I personally like Crystal. Crystal is new to the show, but I think they made a really good choice adding her to this cast. Now listen, they got on that boat. The boat was beautiful, but the scenery was even better. Oh my gosh, that place is so beautiful. They're all sitting on the boat. The girls are laughing, joking, having a good time. And then there's Sutton sitting off to herself, being just as awkward as the day is long, looking as if she's about to burst out into tears. And I said to the screen, I said, honey, what is it? Honey, get a drink. Relax. Look at the scenery. Look at the trees. Ma'am, stop this. Erica tries her best. You know Erica, she can try. She tries her best. She's trying to see if she can find out what's going on with Sutton, if she can just step in a little bit. And she asks Sutton, you know, what's going on, you know? And she says, I'm fine, with an attitude. I said, well, daggone it, I guess she's fine. I mean, seriously, no, you are not, ma'am. You look like you are about to start to cry. You're going to melt in your own puddle of tears. Lady. Anyway, they decide to go on back to just acting as if Sutton's not over there about to drown in tears. But just then, you realize it's too good to be true. Sutton decides that she wants to have a conversation with Crystal. And even before the conversation can get started, she pulls out her face roller. Tells Crystal this is her self-soother. I said, well, really? I've seen babies suck their thumb to self-soothe. I've seen moms hand a baby a little pacifier to self-soothe. I've seen babies play with their ear for self-soothing purposes. But a grown woman with a face roller as a self-soother is too much for me. Ma'am.
Okay.
Well, you're laughing at me right now, and obviously I'm really upset.
Okay.
And like sarcasm is not, this isn't the time for it.
I'm not being sarcastic at all. You have shown me nothing but you're an untrustworthy person. I don't trust being around you. I don't trust your reactions. It feels a little bit manic.
She's erratic, she's imbalanced, she's unreasonably emotional.
I can't deal with crazy people.
Don't call me crazy. That's not nice to do.
There's no way that this is the first time someone has called her crazy. Maybe to her face, but definitely not the first time.
Ma'am, I must repeat, get help. Listen, honey, listen, I would have just got up as soon as she started acting crazy. I'm just done with it. This whole thing is ridiculous. Okay, so my last video, I said, maybe Sutton's behavior, the crying, and everything has to do with her moving out of her family home. And she just shared that with Crystal. And I said, daggone it, I was right. But anyway, it doesn't matter. This is not about me. She's extremely emotional about selling and moving out of that house. And I said the same thing as Crystal. Ma'am, you're selling and moving out of your family home, probably reliving the times that you purchased that house with your husband and your children growing up there and, you know, going through all of that. I can understand it. I get it. That would have to hurt. It really would. However, just because you're going through this emotional stage of your life does not mean that Crystal should be harassed and that the rest of the house should be subject to your paranoia and temper tantrums and just outright ridiculous outbursts. Calm down. And if you are so emotional that you can't control yourself, you should have stayed home. Why ruin this good trip? I'm just saying. So they get back to the house. The chef has been baking. She's made cookies and donuts and everything looks so delicious.
How many people had their nose done here?
When people go, well, what work have you had done? That's an okay question if I can ask you the same.
Never had a nose job. Hers can be done with makeup, and I see that Dory does a lot of contouring, but I know that most people here think she's lying.
Erica is hilarious, and so is Kyle and Dorit. So they all get dressed up to have dinner in the house. And that is one thing that I have never quite understood. Getting dressed to the nines, full face of makeup, lashes, hair, heels, all of that, to have dinner at the house. Nobody's coming over except for you girls. Please. When I came downstairs for dinner, I'd have on my pajama pants, my $20 slippers, and a t-shirt. Hey guys, I mean, what? We are in the house.
Just apologize. Because I do think I was a little strange last night and not quite myself.
Now that's the Sutton that I like. That is the Sutton that I appreciate. And I am really happy that she apologized to the girls. But actions speak louder than words. And I am truly hoping that she does not revert back to whiny, crazy, paranoid Sutton. Nobody needs that.
Night, his friend went and ended up raping a girl. Okay, so his friend went to jail. And all of their friends said, we need to go and visit him and support him and love him. And Harry said, I can't do that. I just can't do it.
Blind loyalty.
Yes, and we spoke
There's
of
times
that.
you have to evaluate the situation.
Yes.
So the point of your story is that you couldn't blindly believe Denise.
Well, I couldn't blindly.
Harry did the right thing, but you can't compare that to Denise on any level. That's not a story you should share again. Ever.
No, I agree 100% with Garcelle. Lisa, stifle, because you are absolutely ridiculous, and you cannot compare the two things. Lisa is an absolute liar. there are no secrets that she can keep. She can never keep her lips sealed. And she is always involved in somebody else's situations that don't concern her. I believe that Lisa was absolutely seeking attention. It has nothing to do with you. And you did not have to bring up Denise in this conversation at all. Speak for yourself, let go of last season, and try to move forward. If you are really serious about being better, just close your mouth for a change and let the ladies live. Stop sharing other people's information and stop jumping in when it's not your fight.
This is when you go, okay.
Oh.
That made me laugh full-fledged, okay? I was outright laughing my butt off. I said, okay. Now, the synchronized swimming, I appreciated it for some reason. For some reason, I thought it was really cute. And Sutton was happy. You know, she enjoyed doing that, so that was nice to see. I was really still kind of sad about Crystal not joining them for dinner, but I understood. She needed a moment away from all this craziness. Now, when she's talking to Kyle, I have to agree with Kyle. Kyle tells her, she says, listen, if you were so embarrassed or offended by Sutton walking in on you while you were undressed, why didn't you bring it up to her? I would have brought it up to her right then, or I would have brought it up to her on the boat, or I would have brought it up to her anywhere, everywhere with green eggs and ham. You know, I would have brought it up. I think that was a lost opportunity for her.
If someone like drops on the ground and covers their body, you don't like
so
stay in
sorry.
the room, and then you said something like, "What are you doing over there?"
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I really didn't.
Like, I just felt like my boundaries were crossed. And
you know, I really do feel sorry for Crystal because she's hurt and she's embarrassed. And I think that Sutton wasn't really being creepy. I think that Sutton was embarrassed also. So she was trying to figure something to say, something to do. You know, if I would have walked in and she was naked, I would have screamed out loud and backed out really fast and slammed the door and then screamed through the door I don't know how many times and I'm so sorry. I would have been devastated by that. So I just think that Sutton was embarrassed and she didn't know what to do. I was definitely happy to see that she apologized to Crystal, and I think that her apology was sincere. I really did love that they hugged it out because everybody knows that Sutton is not a big hugger. So it was really nice to see that they hugged it out. And I'm hoping that with time, they can actually develop some sort of friendship. Otherwise, they should just keep it strictly casual. Hello, Sutton, how you doing? And let it go.
What? Ladies, I truly consider you my close friends, and this is why I'm reaching out to tell you that I filed for divorce this morning. Thank you for supporting me. This will be tough. After 22 years?
It's Erica, so whatever's going on, she had to do it like this. She couldn't tell anybody.
Well, honey, everybody found out about the divorce. Wait till they hear the rest of it. Wait till they hear about the victims of the gas pipe explosion and the victims plane crash. All of this is absolutely crazy. Innocent until proven guilty, but things are not looking good. I'm just saying. Anyway, you guys, until next time, bye.